Welcome to the Good Games Podcast, episode 175. This is a show where we talk about video games and gamer-related things. My name is Frank from Palmenso, and I'm your host. And as always, I'm joined by the co-host of the show, Alex Nunez. What's happening, man?
Not much, man. Just being here, and I'm being great. Apparently, I had luck on my side the other day because I went to Chipotle on Halloween, and I didn't go in a costume or anything, but they gave me the costume discount anyway. I'm like, all right, this week is going to be awesome.
Was it kind of like one of those things like, whatever?
Yeah.
That they were just like, yeah, I'll just give the discount to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
People complaining.
I guess so. So I lucked out. I'm like, all right, cool. Free burrito, whatever.
So what'd you get?
I just got a burrito bowl, and I got some chips and guac, and I think I just paid for basically the chips and guac.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've eaten at Chipotle.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it has nothing against Chipotle. I just haven't gotten around to going to one and eating there.
Yeah.
Where when I was living in both New York and Pennsylvania, I'd go to Chipotle like every week.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like a thing for me where I just always or regularly have a craving for something with rice at least. And Chipotle is very easy to get to for me. So I'm like, you know what? I want some rice and beans. Fucking let's go to Chipotle. Why not?
There are a ton of places out here in VA that are like Chipotle equivalents. And there are some of them that do it a lot better than Chipotle. And I think that's probably part of the reasons why I'm not so inclined to go to Chipotle.
Uh-huh.
But Chipotle is still good. I still love Chipotle.
It's serviceable.
I was just kind of find it funny, just kind of thinking a little randomly that every single time, and I'm not sure how much of a guacamole fan you are, but every single time I ask for guac, and they're like, you know it's going to be extra, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking know. Like, yeah, I fucking know. That's why I asked for it. I'm well aware that it's going to be more. Just fucking give me the goddamn guacamole.
I think I heard somewhere somebody was making some company was selling some shitty shirts saying like, yeah, I know guac costs extra or something. Like, even I would never wear that, but I've never had that problem in recent years. I think most of the time when I ask for guac, they're just like, okay, they assume I know.
Okay. Maybe the times have changed since I've been there last, and maybe I'll go back and I'll see if that's the case.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I just always found it really funny. That like every single time, and it says it right there on the menu. If you look up, guacamole is this much extra.
They want to make sure. Extra. Some people don't read; they don't pay attention. You got to make doubly sure.
Yeah, but it's like, what kind of asshole would just like complain about that? It's like, oh, can I have guacamole? Yo, it's going to be extra. What do you mean it's going to be extra? It's just like, but. there are so many indicators that tell you it's going to be extra. Mm-hmm. They even write down to the wire saying like, we just a disclaimer, it's going to cost you more money. What? No.
I mean,
flip the fucking counter.
To some people it might be a weird exception, like everything else is free. I can put every single other ingredient on this fucking burrito without extra cost. Why the guacamole? I don't get it.
Yeah, but I can imagine when Chipotle first opened, like when did Chipotle first come around?
I have no idea.
I remember at least in New York when it first came around, or when I at least saw one, it was like 2007.
That's around the same time I remember seeing them in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 06, 07, maybe 05 even. Mm-hmm. 05, 06, yeah, around that range. But yeah. I'd imagine like the first time around, like, all right, we serve guacamole with burrito or a burrito bowl, but it's extra. People are like, well, why is it extra? What's the big deal about that? But then Chipotle became such a fucking standard, like a mainstay in like every city. It's like, you fucking made it if you have a Chipotle close to you, or in like a mall or something. It's like, oh, all right.
They're just like everywhere now. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're popping up. They're still popping up. They're still going strong. It's like 12 years.
It's like this decade Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks is another one that's going strong.
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks is another discussion. But anyway. But that's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you got your discount.
Yeah, that was cool.
Stuff. How much was the discount?
I think they just gave me the bowl for free.
Oh shit! That's not a discount. That's it's free food. No wonder. Awesome. Well, okay. That's interesting way to start.
Yeah.
So, dude, I've been exhausted, and I'm gonna explain exactly why that is. Later.
I felt like sending you a text message over the weekend, just be like, send those little Nintendo Wii reminders like, hey, don't forget to, take a break, step outside and stuff like that.
I would have texted you back, fuck you.
Honestly, I would have been super surprised if you even responded.
I know. Probably would have had to have been like during like my one too few like eating breaks. So yeah, it's been a hell of a weekend. Oh my god. But I will definitely explain why later. It's probably no secret what I've been playing, but I'll let the drum roll commence and we'll see if people can figure it out.
I technically played it too, so hey.
Oh, you did?
Sort of, yeah. Well, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I want to hear how sort of. All right, so with that, let's start the episode with what we've been playing, and you got like 70,000 games on deck. So you've been playing a lot of games. That's good. You don't have one game taking over your life.
No, now. I kind of do, but then there's other
that's
things
in there too
in the mix. Yeah.
So what you got for us?
So yeah, like I'm in a weird place. I don't know. I feel like I'm just in buffet mode. Like I want to have a little bit taste of everything that's coming out, or not even stuff that's coming out. A lot of stuff that's in my library and stuff that I still need to finish off. And yeah, I'm not spending like super like deep time with a single game like I have been in the past. So it's just little samplings here and there, plus playing the other stuff. Destiny 2, chief among them, because PC just came out and I had to start a new character and grind up to get raid ready this week, which I still haven't done yet. So yeah, but I did want to talk about a few things. I've been sitting on this one a little bit. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this game, but I played a game called Aqueducts. It is a mobile game. I know for sure it's on Android. It's free. I don't know if it's on iOS, but it is steer clear of this game because this game is it's shit. I hate it. Aqueducts is garbage. It tricked me, Frank. And now I want revenge.
Okay, there was a game that you talked about a few weeks ago. I forgot.
I think it was Tharsis.
I think it was Tharsis. Now you led with the same the same opinion of the game, but it was being facetious. This is not the case with this game.
With Tharsis, I was setting the tone. Because that game is actually fucked, but is also very good. Aqueduct is terrible.
Okay. Just making sure that everybody's clear on that. Okay.
That's perfectly understandable. But yeah, Aqueducts is garbage. I was just perusing the Google Play Store for something new to play. I haven't played a mobile game in a while, and then I think one of the things that it recommended to me was this game called Aqueducts. It had this very pleasing app icon. I was like, oh, hey, this is a very cool art style. It's very reminiscent of something like Monument Valley, some of the, the better mobile games experience. It looked very well designed, and I'm like all about that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I will look at the screenshots and I read the description and everything. It looked fine. I was like, okay, this is a fairly simple puzzle game. And then I downloaded it, and it took a while to sink in. Like, oh, there's not much more here. It's basically, so I'm sure you may have played something like this before, but it's basically the Pipes game. Okay. But it's done a little fancier because of, the art style and everything. And the weird part is that it's also in an isometric perspective, which is a bizarre choice, but it looks nice. Again, very similar to, something like Monument Valley or even like the Lara Croft Go game. And then it's fine in the beginning, right? Because it's just, just those puzzles. You tap little pieces of the aqueduct to make the water go from one place to the other, and it rotates at 90 degrees, and it's just like, okay, I just got to tap on these things and follow the path from like the end to the beginning. It's pretty simple. And then for whatever reason, they decide to throw in, they need to mix it up. So they're like, okay, you know what we'll do? We'll throw in timed versions of these puzzles. And I'm like, okay. It doesn't really make sense in the game, like why it needs to be timed, because it plays exactly like every other puzzle in the game so far. Which it started out okay, and then I did like 2 or 3 more of those timed ones, which they kind of sprinkle in throughout the levels, and the problem is that 1, it's an isometric perspective, and 2, the fact that it is a touch game that you interact with your finger. If it was a stylus, maybe it'd be better, because a lot of times you're fat fingering these things, and because it's at an angle, you can't really always reliably click on the thing that you want. And when you're in a timed environment trying to do all this stuff very quickly and accurately, you're not going to do it really accurately because just the limitations of, touch gaming and all that. And yeah, I just got really pissed off at this game for that, because there was just it's like they didn't even test it out, or they're like, hey, whatever, it's part of the challenge, and it's just dumb. It's not a great implementation. I don't know, it's just whatever. And the puzzles aren't really that interesting. It's just you rotating pieces of the aqueduct, figuring out, and sometimes, or down the line, it gets a little more complex because there's a bunch of more extra pieces. At first, it starts out pretty easy, but yeah, it's just like whatever. I don't give a shit. And yeah, it was just bad, man.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I wasted maybe like an hour and a half, so it wasn't super bad, but still, I was like, I felt tricked. And I rarely get tricked by these mobile games. I usually wait for people to recommend them on Twitter or whatever to see, whatever's good, because there's just so much crap on the app stores and stuff. And I took a chance, and I paid dearly for it, which sucks. So I'm just warning you out there, if you see Aqueducts and see that pretty little icon, just ignore it.
I think I was looking at it on the Google Play Store, and I'm like, oh, what's this? Because the icon was very attractive. I was like, huh, what's this?
Yeah, it's like a very pleasing art style.
Yeah, but then I was like, nah, I hardly play the games on my phone anyway. So I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's good to know that somebody I know played it and it's terrible. Okay.
It's awful. Don't do it.
Okay.
There are better things on the App Store to play, for sure.
All right.
Then,
noted.
So yeah, I played Aqueducts, and then I was like, what else can I play? I haven't played some stuff in a while. I'm sure I have games I need to play and or finish, and Pyre was one of those games. I was like, fuck, Pyre's really good. I gotta finish that game eventually.
Didn't it come out with a DLC recently?
Not that I know of.
Fairly recently?
I've not heard that, no.
Okay.
I think they did come out with a dynamic theme, if that's the closest thing I can think of.
Okay, maybe that's it then.
But yeah, Pyre, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just don't want... I think it's one of those things where I just don't want the game to end, which is why I've been avoiding it for a while. I'm just like, every time I think about it, it's like, is it so good? And then, what if happens when I beat the game? There will be no more, or what happens? I'm not sure, but yeah, the game is still super compelling, and I'm kind of surprised each time that I've gone back so far, they kind of introduced something new to the mix. And this last time I played, I progressed a little bit further, and I got access to their modifiers, which is something I think is a staple of the Supergiant games. I know it's at least been in Bastion, but they basically give you the option to make the gameplay more difficult and more challenging for yourself.
Interesting.
And if you win, or I think as part of the trade-off of making it harder, you get more experience for your characters, the ones that are playing on the field for the whole Pyre thing. So yeah, it's because for me so far, the game's been a cakewalk. So I was like, okay. And it basically, the way it works is normally when before you go to your next match, you have to look to the stars and pick out which star you want to go to pick whoever you're going to battle next. In that star field, there are extra constellations in the borders, and each one represents one of the 8 scribes, who are kind of almost like these deities, or bigger beings in the world of Pyre, and they each represent something else and something different, and you can pick one, or you can pick multiple of those different constellations, which then if you hover over them, they'll tell you basically what they do. Like, I think one of them starts you off with 30 less health for your Pyre.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's one said that. Yeah, I think there was one that actually gives more health to your enemy's Pyre as well. And I was like, I didn't want to double up on those, so I'm like, fuck that. Then there was one other that makes like maybe the AI a little smarter. I forget exactly what the wording was on there, but there are all these different things that you can do to make the game a little more challenging for yourself. It's like a different take, I guess, on like just a difficulty slider. Instead, you can just pick exactly like, okay, here I can deal with this thing, but I don't want to deal with like, such a huge Pyre health deficit or, other things that may be in the game. But yeah, man, I turned on like 3 of those modifiers and I was like, okay, I was still doing okay. It felt like a little bit of a closer match than I've experienced so far, at least in the single player. But yeah, man, Pyre is still dope. I'm slowly inching my way towards the end of that game. I'm not sure whenever I'll finish it, but that every time I jump in, it's still very good. Cool. And I guess lastly, I mentioned it already, but I've been playing a whole lot of Destiny 2 on PC. Just doing that grind.
I have a confession to make.
Okay. What is it, Usher?
I picked up Destiny 2.
Oh shit. Where did you pick up Destiny 2?
I picked it up on PS4 because I got the game as a deal. So I got it for like super cheap.
Okay.
And yeah. So I have Destiny 2 on the PS4. I don't know if that's an unfortunate case because I kind of wanted to play it on PC, but it's full price on PC, whereas I got the physical copy for the PS4 for like $20.
Right.
So
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes of this. Have you played it yet or at all?
Not yet. The game I'm about to talk about has completely torpedoed any hopes of playing that game anytime soon. But yes, I do have it. It's there, and I guess when it's time, I'll let you know.
Just put up the bat symbol, and I will be there.
It'd be like Batman Returns. I love that part of that movie. But it seemed too much merchandising going on with that. But like with all the mirrors shining and the Bat CD player, that was terrible.
The fact that he just scratched a CD like he would a vinyl was like ridiculous.
I know. I'm like, what are you doing?
Even as a child, I was like, that is corny as fuck.
The thing is, it had a bat symbol in the center of it. Like
that was dope. I like that touch.
Oh god. It'd be like, I'll put the bat signal up and then all your mirrors will activate. And then the bat signal will shine directly into your house.
Yes. That's the way you gotta do it, man.
Alex, it's his time.
I'll just stand up like all like in the dark and just like
because it was so cool because that scene was actually taken straight from the comics.
Okay.
Because there was a scene where he was like just sitting in his study, just brooding, just thinking about the night. And then the bat signal shines, and it didn't have like all the mirrors and everything, but the bat signal shines, and when it's shown, it like the reflection like went onto him. So then he just like he picks himself up, and then he goes to the window and he looks out and he sees the bat signal, and he's like, "It's time to go." And I'm like, "Oh, it's Batman. Batman shit right there."
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was a tangent. I'm sorry. But yeah.
No problem.
But yeah, I do have Destiny 2. I will definitely keep you posted on that.
Okay.
Might be a little while. I think you understand. But yeah, I'll get on it.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
I want to get on it before it's like too late and people have like completely passed me by on it. And it doesn't make sense for me to even try anymore. But
yeah, I mean, it feels like some people are like starting to fall off anyway, just because there's been a lot of good games coming out lately, and it's that time of year, and the grind is pretty short, in terms of like what's been in past Destiny games. So there's a whole confluence of events happening, but I don't know. I almost came to the realization that I might be becoming one of those people one of those like graphics horrors after playing Destiny 2 on PC for like the better part of a week, and yeah, I jumped back onto console and was like immediately like, oh my god, this is so bad.
This is disgusting.
It looks and feels all gross and slow and shit, and
oh, don't do it, Alex.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But it like when I went back to console, like after playing, you know, a dozen or so hours of PC, I did eventually readjust. So like I'm not fully in that group yet, but like I just had that like first like jarring moment, like, oh my god, it looked this bad the whole time. How did I not know?
Oh no.
But yeah, 60 frames a second looks so good in this game.
Yeah, that's what I want, man. I'm if it's a noticeable difference, I still might bite the bullet and get the full game on PC because well, I have one that can run it. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure yours can run it like at 60, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I will say though, there have been some issues with the PC version, and I believe by the time this episode goes up, hopefully those problems will have been fixed. But they have, so similar to like how the console was released, the clan roster in game does not work. I don't know why this is still an issue on the PC version, but I think, or it seems like the problem, or there's another problem related to the clan roster, and where if you are in a clan. And obviously the clan stuff doesn't work in the game, but if you're in a clan in a PC version, after a while, you will experience some pretty major stuttering issues in the game.
Oh.
Which makes it annoying to play. And yeah, like I don't know what exactly causes it. It must be something to do with like being in a like instance region with other players or something, because like when I'm doing public events, it happens fairly quickly. Like within almost like half an hour or so, I'm already noticing issues with it. I don't know if it's like, it doesn't feel like it's frame rate issue, but the in-game like frame rate counter, if I had that enabled, and I noticed once it starts happening, the frame rate will dip a little bit, like dip into like the 50s or so, but even if it's at 50, it should still look okay, but like whenever I move the mouse and stuff around or the controller, it runs like crap. I was like, what the hell is happening? But yeah, apparently some people have been working around it by either leaving their clans or switching regions in BattleNet, like switching from like North America to Europe or something, or vice versa, depending on where their clan is at. And that helps alleviate the issue for whatever reason.
That's a hell of a workaround, though.
Yeah, it's dumb. But again, they have a fix in the works, and it should launch on Thursday when this episode goes live. So hopefully that fixes the issue. But again, it's just like a dumb thing. Like, again, they had that issue on console. I would have assumed that stuff would have been resolved on this PC version, but I guess not.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Hopefully it will be.
Yeah, but I'm still having fun with the game, surprisingly. You know, give me another grind, and I already have like another 3 characters. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. I don't know if I'm going to grind them all, but I just wanted to. I don't know. I like messing with the character creator stuff. Even though the character creator is extremely limiting in Destiny and Destiny 2 because it's the same fucking character creator from the first game. But yeah, I just wanted to create my peoples. And yeah, that's basically what I did. Grinding up the one character and yeah, just Destiny 2ing it up, and hopefully we'll be raiding soon and we'll see what happens from there.
Well, if it's any indication, there's you just might get your wish. Soon.
Which wish is that?
Soonish. Well, more to do.
Yeah.
In Destiny 2.
Oh my god, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, more to do in Destiny 2. So.
Yeah. The content train is always running with Destiny, so even if things peter out with this current slate of the game, there's more stuff down the line, and I can always come back.
Right.
But yeah, that's most of what I've been playing on my buffet plate. That I just keep going back and trying everything else that I can.
Cool.
Yeah. So, Frank, let's talk about your affliction.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. Here we go. I got to really think about this one.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. So Super Mario Odyssey is the game that I've been playing. That game came out on Friday. I had the game. I had to go to work that day, unfortunately. So so I couldn't get the chance to play the game until I got home. Okay, how do I put this? I played the game from Friday at around 4, and I stopped for the first time at about 2 a.m.
Good God.
On Saturday.
Okay.
Then I slept for about 4 or 5 hours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, about 5 hours. I, did stuff, ate breakfast, took a shower, stuff like that. And then I sat my ass right back down and I played that game from about 9-ish. And I took another break at about 5:30. And then
wow.
And then I don't even have to. Basically, I wasted my entire weekend, and it's not wasting, but I spent my entire weekend playing this game.
Okay.
Even straight through yesterday, even a little bit today. It's kind of like Persona 5 was, where it's like I spent every waking moment I had playing this game. So Mario Odyssey, it's fucking phenomenal. They fucking did it again. And to me, in a way, it's not like a legit Mario game, but the exploration aspect of it is what is completely like sucked me in. Because the reason why I say it's not like a legit Mario game to me is because there aren't really levels and action, like levels with action built into them and platforming and stuff. But all of the worlds have all of those elements already. So it's like the worlds are these like like each world is like this like gigantic Mario level with some like levels built in there. So god damn it. Okay. If you are a completionist, this game is going to kick your ass. Like it's going to kick your ass. So let me set up with the story of the game. It's your basic Mario story, but it's a nice little twist because the story actually has a point to it, where Bowser kidnaps Peach. But now it's like, why does he kidnap Peach? He kidnaps Peach because he's trying to plan. He wants to marry Peach.
He wants to put a ring on it.
Yeah, he wants to marry her, and he wants to, I guess, become a prince. And the whole game is centered around planning the wedding. Like each world that you go to has something in it, has like an artifact in it that you're chasing after Bowser before he gets it. But this artifact is like something that he wants in the wedding. Is it like literally like something new, something old, borrowed and blue? Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. If you want, I mean, it's like the things like it's like things that you'd find in like regular wedding. Like there's one stage where like the Lake Kingdom, for example, that there's the artifact in there is this dress that he wants Peach to wear. Okay. And like another thing is a cake that he wants as the wedding cake. And another thing is like this charm. It's like a ring. I think it's like the actual ring, but the ring is like something that's like been passed down in generations in this world, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's so cheesy, but there's actually a point as to why Bowser captures Peach. There's a method. All of the other games, there was no point. He just did it just because. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty creative. So, and I like that Mario lets him, because Mario, as we've established, he's a monster. At this point, he just wants an excuse to murder. Yeah. I don't know why he keeps letting him get away with it. Like he needs to really up his security. Like no, he doesn't care. He wants it to happen at this point. He's like, yeah, I want to kill some more Goombas and Koopas and shit. Yeah, he is. He's definitely a murderer. So many families destroyed. So in this game, Mario, as in true fashion, Bowser captures Peach. Mario tries to stop him, but Bowser is too strong in this one, and he has his airship, and Mario can't handle the weight of it all. So Bowser defeats Mario with the help of his ship, because Mario's doing all right, but then once Bowser hops onto his airship, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So then, in the struggle, Mario falls from the airship down into like the depths of this world that they're over, and his hat gets shredded.
Oh.
So what happens is while the pieces of the hat are like floating around, there's this like little like hat familiar that just happens upon the piece of his hat that has the M on it.
Uh-huh.
And so the familiar sees what happens, and then he follows Mario down, and it turns out that Mario fell into the Cap Kingdom, which is the world that these hats inhabit. So it turns out that Bowser also captured the Cap's sister, the one that saves the piece of your hat. Now, his sister is the crown that Peach is wearing on her head.
Mm-hmm.
When, Bowser captures her and stuff, and he puts that on her head. So the Cap has a motive, needs to rescue his sister.
Mm-hmm.
Mario has a motive to rescue Peach. Bowser actually has a motive, want to plan this wedding. So he's actually going around to all of these different worlds and getting these artifacts from these worlds.
Yeah.
And so the Cap and you decide to team up, and Mario Odyssey in a nutshell. They're okay. The thing about Mario Odyssey is, God damn it, Mario Odyssey. It's like, oh my God. So there are moons. So the thing in this game is moons, not stars. So
okay,
there are moons that you have to collect, and each kingdom has a different amount. Like there's some of them maybe you might only have, I think, 25 moons to collect, but those are like the super small worlds.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, still kind of hard to get them all. The average, I think, is 50, and then there are some that have like 70 or more. And Alex, you have to literally explore every nook and cranny in all of these worlds. Like, I'm serious. Like, you literally have to explore everything. You will get to know these worlds intimately.
Yeah.
Because you have to explore every little thing. And even then, you're not going to fucking find them all. Not in the first go.
Yeah, because it feels too like the moons in this game are like lesser stars, because the stars in the old game, they seem like they have like these very rigid and defined objectives, but the moons you can like sometimes you get them from like exploring or whatever, right?
Yeah, no, you can find them. It's kind of like in a way, it's kind of like Breath of the Wild. You can see like there's a very similar theme between those two games.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Breath of the Wild, you can go anywhere you want, and you just happen upon like a boss or like an artifact or something, or a dungeon or something,
or those Korok seed things that are just fucking everywhere in that world. Yeah,
right. And you can do it in any order that you want, and it's the same thing with this game. Like there are moons that are like there are moons that are in plain sight, but they're hard to get to. They're super high or super far, or there are moons that are hidden, like also in plain sight, but then there are moons that are hidden. Like you have to do some special shit like you would never think to do in order to like access these moons. And the game really makes you think about like what you need to do. Like, and every world, like, yeah, there are some moons where it's like, okay, maybe I need to do the same thing I did in this other world to access this moon. And, sometimes it'll work, but it's just like, yo, every single world, you have to explore every single fucking nook and cranny. Now, doesn't mean that you have to get every single moon in each world in order to proceed. Because you need the moons to power up your ship, the Odyssey.
Okay.
And every time you land on a world, you only have to get a certain amount of moons in order to power it up further, so that you can pursue Bowser through the worlds.
Okay.
And So like it's kind of like, like how other Mario games were, where like you only needed like this many stars to,
technically beat the game.
To get, yeah, exactly. Now it's like that with every level. Like you only need like maybe 10 in certain levels or 20 in certain levels. Like I don't think it's really any more than like 20 or 25 that I've encountered that you really need. But even still, you're on the quest for these moons. I don't know about you, but I'm not the type of person that is just okay with getting the minimum. Like I wanna get more. And the thing is with this game though, on your quest to find like all of these moons, you're gonna find other ones.
Yep.
Just randomly, you're just gonna find other ones. Like either, and it's one thing I was saying before. Like there are like legit levels in each world. Mm-hmm. You have to find them. But there are legit levels in each world, and the levels are really short. They're kind of like really, I don't know. I think the level designs are like very much Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
But at the same time, the levels are really small, really easy, really simple. It's kind of like a little bit of a distraction from the world hunting and exploring that you're doing. But yeah, you're just gonna find other fucking moons like on your way to like you're gonna try to find this. You're trying to get this one moon that you can see in the distance, and on your way there, you're gonna encounter like some shit, and you're like, hey, what's this? Or hey, what's that? Or hey, what's this? And you're gonna fucking get a moon out of it. And then also in every world there are these purple coins, and each purple coin in the world is different. Like the symbol is different. But they're all essentially purple coins. Now, with these purple coins, you can use those to buy your outfits and your artifacts. Like not artifacts, but like these like souvenirs, you could say.
Oh,
like
okay.
Each world has like a sticker that represents it that you can like stick right on your ship.
Okay.
And so it looks like a giant traveling like passport.
Right.
When you're traveling with the Odyssey. Either that, or when you go inside the ship, there's also like these like little figurines, also souvenirs that you can like put on your table or decorate the inside of your ship with.
Oh, okay.
So like, there's like these little like toys or books or plants or something that you can get from only those worlds. Mm-hmm. And you can decorate the inside of your ship, and you can use the stickers to decorate the outside of your ship. But one of the main things that you get from the stores are your outfits.
Okay.
And now the outfits I would say almost have no bearing on like the world that you're in. Like you can use boxer shorts Mario in like in the Snow Kingdom.
Okay.
If you want, where it's like freezing cold, but it doesn't really matter. But the outfits kind of do play a small role in every single world, because there's always this one thing in every single world where there's this room that's always locked, and in order to get into that room, there will be like an NPC that would say like, "Hey, this room is only for people who dress like how we dress in this world. Like if you're in the Food Kingdom, you have to dress up like a chef."
Okay.
And so if you don't have the chef's outfit, then they won't let you in. Mm-hmm. So it's like every single world is like that.
Okay.
Like with so that's the only real bearing that the outfits have.
So there's no like special abilities you get with specific outfits?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It's all the same. So with that though, the outfits are like all so like really charming.
Yeah.
Like really, really cool outfits. Like I've taken a point to basically like dress for the occasion in every single world. Not only for that little detail with the locked room, but still it's just like I feel like it fits better.
Yeah.
So man, there's so much with this game. So Mario himself. Now Mario controls a lot like he controls like a combination of how he did in Galaxy and 3D World. But now he also has some new abilities like mixed in there, like that cap throw.
Yeah.
But now you can do a cap throw, you can do a cap jump. Now also, if you do like a really long ground pound, like if you're dropping from a great height and you do a ground pound, after a while, if you hold down on the joystick, he'll like dive in the middle of a ground pound, and that's usually to like save like you from like having a shock. But in this game, even if you drop from a great height, you know how if you usually drop from a great height, like a really great height, you'd lose a life or something. You take damage or something.
Okay.
Now you don't take any damage, but there's this nice little animation where like you see like a shockwave go through his entire body.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
I think that happened in Sunshine. Like it looked like he was going like super fast. Like he was almost like burning through Earth's atmosphere or something if he fell or he butt dived from high enough. But I don't think it did anything. That's different. It's kind of similar to that, but it's kind of like it kind of makes sense because we'll take Mario for what he is. He's freaking amazing and he can jump super high. But if he jumps and lands at such a great height, like there's like this shockwave that like kind of like courses through his body, and he's just like still he's motionless for a little while because see it coursing through his body. He's like, ugh. He's like shaking off the shockwave, like the shock of hitting the ground that hard from that high. So that's a little cool thing. Like, oh, my tailbone.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of crazy too. It makes sense. It's because it's the ground's energy just coming up through him, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, okay. That was another thing. I played a little bit of it. I went to Best Buy and I played one of their kiosks and just played that level. But I thought it was weird because there's also another ability tied to the ground pound where he can like get a jump immediately after doing the ground pound.
Oh, that was in Galaxy.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, that was in Galaxy. That was there. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, if you ground pound and just press jump right after, he just shoots straight up, but not very high. It's like a little bit of a high jump.
Was it in 1 or was it Galaxy 2?
It might have been Galaxy 2. Okay. Because I remember doing it all the time in Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Not so much 1.
Yeah, I only played 1, so I don't know. When I saw it the first time, I was like, what? That's a weird thing, but I guess, okay. I thought it was a new thing in Odyssey.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been in Galaxy.
Okay.
But yeah, that's there. And also, yeah, like he has the cap jump, which is new. The roll, he has a roll now. That's not quite new. Yeah. Oh, he also has now he can basically also if you do a ground pound, is it a ground pound? Yeah, if you do a ground pound and you need to there's a way you can also dive mid ground pound but dive forward in order to kind of save yourself.
Okay.
So say you're like falling from like a medium height and you do a ground pound and you kind of miss your mark. If you hit up and jump while you're doing the ground pound, he'll dive straight forward. So it'll kind of like give him a little bit of a boost upward.
Okay.
In order to kind of save yourself. So it works some of the time. Mm-hmm. But it's a really good way to kind of like stop mid ground pound and kind of like recenter yourself.
Okay.
So that's new. I know that's new, but he has all of his other basic stuff. That's all the new stuff that I can think of. Maybe I just haven't discovered all the new stuff yet.
Yeah, he's got long jump. He's got I assume double and triple.
Yeah, he's got the 1-2. He's got the triple jump. He has the somersault. He has the backflip. He has the only thing he doesn't have is the spin, which was new to Galaxy, which is only for Galaxy. But
okay.
The spin is pretty much replaced with he also has this thing now, which is I think it's new, where if you run in a circle, like if you keep running in a circle, he does like a spin, he does like a pirouette, and he keeps spinning in place, and it gives him a little bit of speed.
Okay.
So you can actually move while he's spinning, and it gives him like a bit of speed. And if you jump from there, he gets a pretty good jump out of that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something that's new to me. And yeah, but Mario is Mario. He's amazing. He can do it all. He's a botanist. He's a breakdancer. He's a scientist. He can basically all of the outfits that he has, like, is shit that he can do. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
So that he's already able to do. But yeah, man, I've spent a lot of time with this game. And it's killing me inside because not even in one world have I like completed any objective. Like I mean objective as in like I haven't gotten all of the moons or I haven't gotten all of the purple coins. You know, I'm really close in a couple of worlds, like the Snow Kingdom, the Beach Kingdom, which not the Sand Kingdom. That's the one that's Mexican themed, but it's the Beach Kingdom. It's like that was actually one of my favorite kingdoms. the New Donk City kingdom.
Yeah.
That kingdom, I tried to explore the shit out of it, and I'm very close to getting all the purple coins and all the moons, but still can't fucking find them all.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I'm having the same dilemma as you with Pyre, where I don't want the game to end,
right?
Even though the game is so massive.
Yeah.
But I feel like I get to a point in every world where I'm just kind of like tired of exploring because it's so time consuming.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily in a bad way, but it really is time consuming. And I feel like I've hit a plateau, and I'm like, you know what? Let me come back. Let me come back and let me see if I can come back and make some progress later on.
Right.
Maybe if I explore a new world, I'll get more ideas. And they also give you hints to like where some of the moons are. Like there's this parrot you can talk to, and the parrot's in every world. And it's called Talkatoo. And there's also a blue toad. When you complete a world, or when you beat the boss of the world and you move on to the next world, when you come back, there'll be a blue toad that if you pay 50 coins to it, that it'll give you a hint as to where all the missing moons that you don't have are. But the hints are barely those. Like they show you the location.
Mm-hmm.
They show you the location with an X on the map, but you can't fast travel to it. You don't really know where it is, and the only real other type of hint that you get is what the mission is called to get that moon.
Okay,
that's it. That's it. That's all you get.
That sounds fine.
Figure it out. Yeah, it's frustrating too. It's very frustrating as well because sometimes the mission names, I'm just like, what?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? So, Mario Odyssey is taken over my life for the past weekend, and it's probably going to be taking over my life for a while.
Dope.
But I will say that I think I'm on the second to last world.
Okay.
So I really don't want this game to end, but I did hear some great things saying that after you beat the game, that they add a ton of extra stuff for you to do.
Okay.
And yeah, man, God damn it. Like it is so good, this game. I've never really wanted to complete everything. I want to complete everything before I even beat this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's a very daunting task. It's super daunting because I don't think I'm even 50% throughout all the worlds and the moons and the purple coins. I don't think I'm even 50% done.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Yeah, I heard something crazy there's 1,000 moons or something like that.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that number. It sounds about right. It sounds like it's close to 1,000 moons.
Uh-huh.
And I think when you beat the game, that you probably, I'm pretty sure if the theme is still present in this game, you unlock another character, and when you unlock that character, you have to do it all over again with moons in different locations probably, and yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of moons. A lot of moons. So, but I look forward to the adventure. And that's one thing about this game too. This is one of the last things I'll say. This game has such a great sense of adventure. When you're transitioning from world to world.
Mm-hmm.
I love the whole cinematics with the Odyssey, traveling to the next world.
Okay.
And it's such a great sense of adventure. It's everything is so yeah, they fucking, I think they fucking hit it out of the park with this one. It's so good.
That's crazy. Nintendo's been doing insane things.
Doing some good shit.
Just this 1 year, fucking everything they've been doing is fantastic.
Yeah. I highly recommend play Mario Odyssey. It's a very time consuming game, but it's a Mario game. To me, it doesn't feel like a legit Mario game because the levels are this you're in this gigantic hub, and you just explore, just go crazy and explore everything, and you'll find that you won't be able to stop. You won't be able to get out of this one world because you'll be in this one world for hours and hours just exploring everything.
But you can't just jump from one world to another if you want?
You can. Mm. You can, but where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? But yeah, it's but I mean, it's just you'll just feel compelled to stay in this one world and just explore. And I also got to say, so I've never used the photo feature in any game before, like seriously, but I've used the photo feature so fucking much in this game. And I don't know about you, but you got to see online. There are some people taking some fantastic Mario Odyssey pictures. Like some amazing pictures, and you've got to check it out. Just go on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or there are people that are generating like hashtags and Twitter feeds just on Mario Odyssey photos. And they look so good. I took a couple of good ones myself. I'm thinking of submitting. But yeah, man, it's this game is just ridiculous. You know, Captain Toad makes a comeback.
Okay.
And you have to, there's one, so he's in every world as well, and he's very hidden. But if you find him, he gives you a power moon, basically saying like, hey, you explored this much. Here's a moon.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, he makes an appearance. And there are like also like hidden like symbols of Cat Mario and Cat Peach from Mario 3D World.
All right.
And if you hit those with your cap, you hit Cat Mario, you get coins. You hit Cat Peach, you get a heart. This game. The bosses are really awesome in this game. There are this gang of rabbits called the Brutals.
Oh.
And they're this like family. They're this like family. I guess they're kind of like replacing the Koopa Kids with them in this game. But there's this family of like rabbits that are like, they look really like demented. And their boss battles are really interesting. And the boss battles outside of them are also really interesting. So yeah, Mario Odyssey. It doesn't feel like it holds your hand with these battles.
Okay.
Like I had a big fight with Bowser in the middle of the game, I presume, and that was a really good battle. That was a really awesome battle. And in that struggle, your ship crashes into another kingdom that you probably would have never discovered on your own. So yeah, Mario Odyssey is fucking amazing. I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about all the possible locations of these moons that I'm missing, and it's driving me crazy. But yeah, it's so good. Play it, everybody. You must. Everybody must play it. Definitely a system seller.
Okay.
I would say. Breath of the Wild is a system seller for sure. Mario Odyssey is a fucking system seller as well.
Wow.
Just play it. Yeah, it's great. It's fucking great. That game will take up a lot of your life.
Hopefully just not all at once.
No.
Probably healthier to spread it out, you know?
Yeah, this game is too good, man. But all right, so I think I'm done gushing about Mario Odyssey. I haven't even scratched the surface of that game yet. I'm kind of like fearful of beating it because I don't want to go through what awaits me, but I do. And I don't want the game to end because I'm having a great time with it.
Here's a pro tip, Frank. Just collect everything in the game and then go back to the system settings or whatever and delete your save and start all over again.
That's not a pro tip.
It's a pro tip.
That's not a pro tip.
It never has to end, is what I'm trying to say.
Collect everything and then wait. So you're saying beat the game or don't, or just when I'm about to beat the game, just shut it off and delete everything?
Whatever, man. Beat the game and or collect everything in the game and then start over again.
Oh my God.
You can prestige Mario Odyssey.
This is definitely this game has too many secrets. This game has too many secrets, too many things hidden away. There are so many different things that you have to do to get all these moons. It's just like you're just like, what? Taking possession of enemies I didn't even mention, because every enemy you take possession of have their own like requirements for you to get moons. So you have to use every single enemy in the game, or every single enemy that you can possess in the game to get moons, because that's the only way you can get them. It's just like, God damn it, this game, they thought of everything.
Yeah, I know of at least one game reviewer who, by the time the game was released, had exhausted everything in the game. They found literally everything. I was like, holy shit.
How?
Holy shit.
How?
I have no idea. Much like you, just playing the game day and night and not doing much else.
I guess that's the only way to do it. I'm just like, Because the game, I mean, the game is supposed to be an experience, I know, but it's just like I just want to find everything, but I don't want to find everything because that means it's over.
Yeah,
the journey's over. God, but it's killing me inside, so I'm just gonna go with what I really want to do, and I want to find everything. And then when I beat the game, hopefully they'll give me that second character, and then I can do it all over again. So, but with different locations and different missions and shit. So. Yeah, man, fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. So that's it for what we've been playing. I'm done talking about Mario Odyssey. I'm done. I'm really done now until next week. And so we're gonna go into headlines, and we're gonna just get caught up on what's been going on. This week. I'm gonna start with Paris Games Week. So
how dare you?
Don't worry, we'll get to yours. So Sony revealed a lot of shit at Paris Games Week, and Paris Games Week just kicked off like yesterday. So Sony revealed a lot of trailers, a lot of announcements, a lot of news. Not going to go into detail on all of the news because there's a lot, and this is probably this article is a good opportunity to kind of like parse it yourself and see what interests you more. But I want to touch on some highlights, and, feel free to also touch on, stuff that you saw or that you noticed that was a highlight in your eyes. But I want to touch on the Last of Us 2 trailer that they showed.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I sure did.
What did you think of that, man?
I thought it was a bad representation of that game.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. It didn't feel like Last of Us. Like I don't know. It almost felt like generic, zombie thing. Like, oh hey, look how horrific this fucking scene is, and they give you, at least in that trailer, that teaser, whatever, they give you zero context for who these people are and what's going on and why you should care for anybody. You're just seeing like these awful acts of violence against people in there. I'm like, why am I watching this?
I agree with the fact that it felt a little different, and I think they were going for more spectacle than anything, but
or shock factor.
Right, exactly. But I thought it was great. Like I like that. I like that part. Like I can kind of like. I like the whole like leaving it to your imagination to kind of like find like how did they get here, like what's the journey going to be like to get to this point. And so like when they show me that, I'm like, oh, and combine that with like the other trailer from, was it like I think PlayStation Experience
probably
last year that they showed that brief trailer, even though people are saying like, oh, that was a red herring, that didn't happen at all or something, and I'm like, what? So. I kind of enjoyed what I saw. I liked it. I thought, yeah, I do agree with the whole, like, this, it was brutal. It was like, come on. Like, why are they doing this again? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still looking forward to the game.
Yeah.
Very much.
I wasn't a fan of this teaser trailer.
Okay. All right. But one of the other things I want to touch on was the Spider-Man trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That they showed. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm just gonna say I'm fucking super excited for Spider-Man. Like I can't fucking wait for this game.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Man, even though when I went to E3 and I saw even though it was the same trailer that everyone else saw, that the same gameplay trailer that everyone else saw, seeing it played live. And like in the theater, it was like amazing. And then I see this and I'm like, oh my God, this game is looking better and better. And at least the cinematics are like beautiful. Fucking, so awesome to look at. And so like, it's just, I can't fucking wait, dude.
I still think it needs like another, like, I don't know, some more polish, I think. But I think like some of the facial stuff is better, or at least I don't know if we saw too much of that in the previous like gameplay stuff that they've shown. But this looked a little better. We got, to see some actual cinematics and stuff.
Yeah, I can get behind that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited to see Miles.
I mean, he was in the teaser, like the first one.
I know, but I didn't think that they were going to be like together.
Like how integrated he was to the...
Yeah, like I didn't think like it was going to be like that. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, here he is. Like he's in here, he's in this world, but they're going to focus on Peter Parker. But they still will, but I'm glad that they're putting him they're putting a little more of him into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and another interesting thing that I I'll let you talk on what you thought was interesting. If there's anything different, but another interesting thing I kind of saw was the Guacamelee sequel.
Yo,
Guacamelee! I can't. Oh my god, that game is so good.
Yep.
And they're gonna make another one. And I'm like, yo, this is awesome. I'm very excited for this. They didn't show practically nothing.
I mean, there were some like gameplay snippets, some new powers and stuff and abilities and shit that looked cool.
Yeah. But I want the game now.
Of course.
But
they did say it's excited. Coming soon-ish, so hopefully it
could be like 2
this
year. I don't know. Maybe they might surprise us and it might be like holiday season this year.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like next year, maybe 2019. At best 2019, but no, at best 2017, but at worst 2019.
2019 is too long. I think it'll definitely be here at least by 2018.
We can hope.
They said coming soon-ish. It can't. Soon-ish is not 2 years. Come on.
Soon-ish. That ish is what gets me. I'm like,
soon-ish is no longer than a year and a half.
Soon. Okay. We'll see. But yeah, so I thought those three things were interesting. There are definitely a lot more interesting things here. I don't want to get into like Final Fantasy 15. They showed some stuff on episode Ignis, which is the chapter that I think everyone wants to see what the hell happened to Ignis. How whatever happened to him. I'm not going to say it, even though the game's like almost a year old now. But yeah, so what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Well,
in this, if we haven't discussed it already.
Well, first of all, gotta talk about the elephant in the room, which is Destiny 2. Gotta get that out of the way first.
The obvious thing.
I was so hyped for this fucking trailer, this expansion pack, Curse of the Osiris. Oh my god, Osiris is a goddamn G. I saw him walk out that portal. I was like, holy shit, that guy looks amazing. And then I saw his ghost, and I was like, oh my god, that ghost looks so dope. Holy shit. And that's about as excited I think I'm going to be for that expansion pack. But hey, that's I just wanted to get that out of the way. I just want to say, like, yo, Osiris he just looks so goddamn cool.
Cool.
And other stuff. I was kind of excited that Sucker Punch announced their new thing. I'm hoping this is like a Guerrilla Games sort of deal where they, how like they were stuck doing Killzone for a while, and then they branched out and did their own unique thing, and Horizon came out of it, and everyone, celebrated. I'm hoping this is a similar situation for Sucker Punch, because although I've enjoyed the Infamous games in the past couple years, I only played 2 of them, but I don't know, it feels like they could be doing something more or better. And then they announced this new Ghost of Tsushima game, which is their, I guess, own in this new property that they're working on. And we just saw a CG trailer of it, but I don't know. I'm hoping good things come out of it. But also the Sucker Punch games, they've been open world in the past, and this is supposed to be another open world game. I just hope it's better than what they've done before, because the Infamous games have always been like okay to me. They've been good. They've not been great.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Other than that, Spelunky 2, that's fucking amazing. I think I would be in the camp that would agree that Spelunky, the original, was probably one of the best games ever made. That game is crazy in depth and has like endless replayability. And
that game has a surprising amount of depth. Like,
for real.
Like pun not intended. Like it really does.
Yes.
And I only played it because it came out for the Vita, and it was like one of the games that you must own for the Vita, because I was kind of going through that time. I'm like,
yeah,
besides Persona, what else is on here? So Spelunky was one of those games, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game is awesome.
And the fact that they announced a sequel to this game, I don't know. It's like did we need a sequel to Spelunky?
I don't think we did, but still, it's still very welcome.
But the fact that Derek Yu thinks there's a reason to make a sequel has me curious at the very least, because like, what is he going to do for this game? But again, it was just another teaser trailer, no gameplay or anything. Just like it just seems like the Spelunky man is passing on the baton to the next generation.
Yeah. It's definitely that's definitely exciting.
Yeah.
Spelunky is something that's always just kind of like been on my radar. It's like just good to pick up and play.
Yep. Other than that, I was kind of pleasantly surprised with that Concrete Genie game. That looked very cool. Because they showed like a little bit of gameplay and stuff. It was a pretty in-depth trailer showing off. I guess you're following this kid and they're maybe an outsider and getting bullied and stuff, and then their escape is painting these this graffiti or murals on concrete walls, and they kind of come to life. And I love the whole like look of the game. And from what I've heard, like that system is pretty well made, because it's not like it's not like they give you stamps and stuff and you put them on the wall. Like you have some sort of agency in what the designs and the creatures that you draw on the wall look like. So I think that could be potentially very cool if they can pull that off. So I was delighted to see that there's something like that being made, and I might definitely want to check that out.
Cool.
But I think besides that, I think that was pretty much my big takeaways from the Paris Game Week. Other than one last thing I will mention super briefly, that Shadow Colossus remake looks crazy.
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, and they showed off my favorite Colossus fight in that trailer. I was like, yo, so good.
Yeah, I kind of do want to play that game.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, cool. So let's move on to the next headline. So that time of the year is here again. Well, at least sort of. So Evolution has announced its date and venue for next year. So, we all love and we all know and love Evolution. It's like our Super Bowl. It's like our Oscars. It's like whatever. So Evo is returning to the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Vegas, and Evo is going to be the weekend of August 3rd to the 5th in 2018. So let's get ready, because I want to go to Evo and I want to compete in Dragon Ball FighterZ, because I know it's going to be there. Because if it's not there, that would be absolutely stupid. Like, what the fuck? Why not? But yeah. What do you think about the August date? I know people are complaining about it, but I'm like, people relax. It's just like a week later than it usually is.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird. I don't know why they needed to change it, but maybe there's some scheduling stuff, or I'm just curious if it affects any other tournaments, because I know usually like Evo would come after like CEO, and I forget what other things might come after Evo. I don't know if it messes with any of that stuff, but I don't know. Either way, it's same late summer-ish time frame, so it's cool.
Yeah. So what you think, man? Are we going? Are we in there?
I definitely want to go. Let's do it.
Oh shit! Let's fucking do it. Yeah. Going to fucking Evo. Oh my god. So all right. So get hyped for Evo. Hope to see you all there.
Word.
So Animal Crossing is actually going to have another game. And it's coming to phones this time, though.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a camping game.
Mm-hmm.
So the game's going to be called Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. And basically, instead of taking place in a town, it's going to put you in a campground. And you just do chores and build furniture and do stuff. And this... I know this is something that you play more than me, but this game looks to be kind of crazy addictive.
Uh-huh.
It looks a little dangerous in that respect. What do you think about this game?
I dig it. I saw the Nintendo Direct, or at least most of it, when it happened, and apologies that we didn't talk about this earlier, but the Direct literally happened after we recorded last week.
Right after.
Like, just hours after. Or not even. I think it was like 20 minutes after, something stupid like that.
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I was kind of like on the fence about an Animal Crossing on the phone. I'm like, how are they going to handle it? And you know what? It looks fucking dope. It looks perfect. It looks great. And I want it. And I know there are people out there that are playing it right now. And I'm like, fuck, I wish I could get it right now. But apparently it's coming late November, at least in the States.
Yeah, but it'll be free.
Yes.
So
also, I wanted to mention, since I saw it in the Direct, and I know Tom Nook is notorious in the world of Animal Crossing. He's an entrepreneur, businessman, and he loves his money. And I swear to God,
he's a mafia boss.
When they announced the in-app purchases part of this game, they had they're like, you can buy Leaf tickets or whatever with real money, and Tom Nook was on the screen, and he was so fucking giddy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting this real money. Fuck these bells.
All the money.
Fuck these bells, man. I'm getting some cold hard cash, baby."
All the money he's getting. That's all he lives for.
Yep. Oh yes.
That's all he lives for. All the money he's getting.
He's getting all of it. Oh my God. And yeah, I'm just super excited to play this thing, and I'm sure people who are not, technically gamers would love this fucking thing. Because, man,
cool.
Man, I dig it. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. Like, I'm literally gonna go and find out how I can like download this thing now, because I know other people are doing it. I want it.
Just take it easy, man. It'll be here. It'll get here. Don't worry. Don't worry. And then you can play it on your phone to your heart's content.
Yeah. Yeah,
man. So cool. So in other Nintendo news, this is a little bit, this news is a little old, but I think it's very interesting. It's just, again, one of those things that I think Nintendo is gonna do something with this, because it would make sense. But the Switch had a system update about a week ago as we record, and you could say fairly from when you're listening to this. And in the system update, one of the biggest updates that was one of the biggest things that came with this update was that the Switch is now going to be able to have support for the GameCube controller adapter that people were stomping on each other for the Wii U some years ago. And now that means you can have GameCube controller support with your Switch. So the question is, why? What does this mean, Nintendo? Does this mean that at the very least, does this mean that you're going to have a port of Smash?
Uh-huh.
Or are you even thinking of developing a new Smash for the Switch? Now, I know it's kind of soon for a new Smash to come out, but I definitely think a port is coming, especially with the come on. I mean, come on.
It's free money, yeah.
So, this is pretty huge in my eyes, because basically this is them saying, like, we are basically the reason why people still own a Wii U is because of Smash. And this is just another game that they can easily port over. So great move here. Great marketing move.
I kind of think it's like a happy accident. I don't know. Feels like it's giving too much credit to Nintendo to be like, oh, they put in the work to make this thing work. I feel like you could. I don't know. Did people test any of these other USB devices to see if they work in this thing? Who knows?
No, not really. Well, I'm sure people have, but nothing of note has come of it.
Yeah,
has come of people testing. So it's. I mean, I just thought this was like a no-brainer. I thought this was something that they were gonna do eventually, because rumors be damned. Like, it's free money.
Yeah,
them putting GameCube controller support. Now people can get rid of their Wii U's everywhere and get Switches and just play Smash on the Switch.
Yeah,
and then the portability of it.
Yeah.
The 3DS version of Smash, forget it. It's gone. It's dead. As of this,
Yup.
So.
But yeah, because I think it's like in the past, or not too long ago, they supported some Wii U USB controllers, like fight sticks or something like that.
Oh yeah. They have they have their own fight stick for the Switch. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if that's going to extend in the future to like other peripherals, mm-hmm. Or other accessories, I should say, with the Switch. But I mean, the support can definitely be there, whether it's through an adapter or I could just plug right into it, because the Pro Controller can plug right into it and play. You can play right from there. So, and the fight stick as well. So why the hell not? I can do mm-hmm. it. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's Nintendo's doing some things.
It's just weird that it works with other games. That was unexpected.
It works with other games?
No, yeah, the GameCube controller on Switch, you can use it for like general purpose.
Yeah, that's how it should have been on the Wii U. Yeah. Which would surprise the hell out of me, because I had a Mayflash adapter for the Wii U, like not the 4-port one that mimics the controller adapter, but like it was like a single port Mayflash adapter, uh-huh. and you had to plug it into your Wiimote. But if you plugged your GameCube controller into that adapter while it was plugged into your Wiimote, you can use the GameCube controller as general purpose.
Oh, okay.
Like, I played Mario Kart 8 with it at the time, when Mario Kart 8 was still new. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, shit. So, yeah, I think that's how it was supposed to be. But I don't know. I think they wanted to kind of like lock in the consumer base with Smash for that adapter, weirdly enough. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it should have been all purpose from the get go. So you could play like Virtual Console games, Metroid Prime, and stuff like that with it. So, but yeah, that's what's going on in their world right now, and well, keep on pushing, Nintendo. Keep on pushing. People are gonna have their eyes on you for a while. This is the case. So, in other news, let's talk about GameStop for a second. GameStop is introducing a new program called the Power Pass, and the Power Pass is basically Blockbuster for video games. And how this works is people are calling it Netflix for video games. I don't know, it's more or less the same, but basically how it works is that you have to pay up front $60, and when you get this Power Pass, you will get a 6-month all-you-can-play pass to GameStop's pre-owned stock. So you can play any game you want for 6 months. You can swap in, swap out. You can, for as long as you need to within the 6 months, for as short as you need to. And basically you're renting using this Power Pass. But the kind of interesting thing is that when the 6 months are up, you can choose one of the games that you sampled to keep. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, I don't know. I think this is kind of like coming a little late, but I think it's a good idea. But at the same time, the timing of it doesn't make it work. It doesn't make it work effectively, I think. So, I mean, what do you think of this?
I don't know. It feels weird, especially the fact that it's 6 months chunks. I don't know. It's a whole bizarre, and you only get one game out. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't love the price. I don't know. There's something about the price I don't like.
I think the whole thing is that you got to pay up. You got to pay up front.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the weird things about it. You got to pay full. You got to pay full, basically the full price of a game. And then you can basically anything that's pre-owned, even like new games that get turned in.
Yeah.
You can rent them right away. And I know they've been doing this. I know GameStop employees can do this, but for free. If you work for GameStop, you can basically like just rent a game, but I think it's like up to a week. And then you can just like swap in, swap out all these games, whatever game you want in the stock. But yeah, if someone like turns in a new game, you can just grab it and play it, and then when you're done with it, just give it back and then get another one.
Yeah, it seems like they're just extending that to everybody else, and then charging people for it.
You're charging people for it.
I'm not sure how many people now are still going to GameStop to buy used games. So they're like, hey, we got all these games lying around. What else can we do with them? And
well, I mean, GameStop. See, the thing is, GameStop's issue is that they have an abundance, an overabundance even of used games. Like they have too much stock of used games, and online sales in general of video games are shooting through the roof. Yeah. And no one really goes into GameStops anymore, especially for used games. Pre-ordering, that's another thing. But one of the things that brought people to go into GameStop was their stock of used games. But now it's like, well, people are buying digitally, and people are just happy with just not having to get up and go outside and picking the shit up.
Which you still have to do with this thing, and you're limited by whatever your local stores,
whatever they have,
what they have in store at that time.
No, I'm not even sure if it extends to like other stores. It should be. It should, but I wasn't exactly sure if that. This.
I would assume you can just go to any store, but you still have to go to the store. If the one store doesn't have whatever you want, you have to potentially go to another store and hunt it down.
Yeah, but if this does sound like an interesting idea to you and something you might want to try, all you need to do is just have a power-up rewards card or membership with them, which if you've been to a GameStop, you've probably heard of it. You've probably heard of it or have one yourself for whatever reason. But yeah. So and you don't need to like pay for any of the memberships. You can just get like the basic free Power-Ups reward membership. And that should make you eligible to get a Power Pass. So if it sounds like something that's up your alley for whatever situation you're in, it might be a good investment. So, all right. And last bit of news is Mass Effect Andromeda. Wow, we thought this game was dead.
Oh, it is.
It is, but it's going to basically tie up loose ends and finish things up with a novel. And the novel is going to be called Mass Effect Annihilation. And it's going to be released on August 28th, 2018. And it's supposedly going to it's going to tie up a lot of loose ends of what happened in the events of the game, at least some things that were left unexplored, unexplained. So, yeah, are you excited for this? Because I know you're huge into Mass Effect lore, and I know you read the books, so I'm sure you're gonna pick this up. Correct?
I have no idea. I know. Well, I read the first 3 books, the 3 Mass Effect books, and I know they came out with a 4th around the time Mass Effect 3 came out, but there were some problems with that book. Like there were some lore problems, and just they got some basic things wrong with with people. It's like if somebody put out a Star Wars book and said like the Chewbacca's or the Wookiees in Star Wars, and they described them in the novel as like little dwarfs style creatures.
Okay.
It's something like that. I'm like, no, you can't do that. And I don't know.
You can't do that.
I meant to follow up with that because they said they were going to like fix it. They're going to like revise the book, which I thought was a funny thing. Like they're going to patch the book, but I never followed up with that. And I guess ever since then, I've never kept up with like the novels. But I don't know. Yeah, it was like that thing like where Mass Effect Andromeda, like there was talk of like, oh, there's going to be at least one DLC and it's going to explain the other arcs, because they pretty much left a wide opening in the game. When you play that game, they make mention like, oh, there are more arcs coming. And I'm like, okay, because there are a whole lot of species missing from the Mass Effect universe. And yeah, it's kind of cool. And I was just reading the description of this on this article, and I thought it was just going to be the Quarian arc, and it is the Quarian arc, but I didn't realize that there were going to be other species on that arc as well, because they mentioned Drell and Elcor and surprisingly Batarians as well, because they're generally assholes, and I'm surprised that they found space on the ship. But all right, okay. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's interesting. I'm curious. I'll probably wait to see what other people say, other Mass Effect fans say before I commit. But yeah, Also, I will say the August 28th date that you mentioned is for UK and Australia. In North America...
Oh, sorry. I thought it said North America. What's the North American date?
North America, it will publish on June 26th, 2018. So a little bit earlier.
Good. That's good. My mistake.
No problem. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm on the fence.
Okay. Well, it's one last hurrah, I guess, for Mass Effect in its own way.
Yeah.
It goes out in book form. It goes out as a book. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like media that has found new homes and finality with like different forms of media. Like Firefly is a big example where, they wrap things up with a movie, which is like, oh, okay. That's cool. That's better.
And then they've explored, some deep lore in Firefly through the comics as well.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And then, it's something that happens. It's something that happens a lot. I just never really seen it explored never seen anything explored very much in any more detail, with a book. If it's like a movie to a book, or if it's like a game to a book in this example, I'm like,
yeah,
well, let's hopefully see what they can get out of this. Maybe there will be like sequels to the book, and then it'll continue its life in that way. Doesn't bode well for the state of Mass Effect, though. That's in general,
Yeah, my hope is that it's just hibernating for now, and then we'll come back at a later date.
I guess with a numbered title, maybe that'll be their big comeback.
Who knows? I don't know. Because if you do a numbered title, then you have to continue from the last trilogy, which I don't think is something
which actually wrapped up.
Yeah. Pretty cleanly.
Yeah. Well, all right. So that does it for headlines. Not what we've been playing with for headlines this week. And Alex is going to go ahead and take us through new and upcoming releases and what we can look forward to. So what you got for us?
Yeah. So this week, the week of October 31st. Very spooky.
Happy Halloween.
Yay. Even though we're like 2 days late.
Yes.
First up, very spooky game. Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back.
Wow, Bubsy. Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Why?
What?
Just why? I
haven't heard that name in like 10 years at least.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bubsy is out now for PlayStation 4 and PC.
Okay.
We've also got Cartoon Network Battle Crashers available now for the Switch. Ware is available for PlayStation 4.
Which was announced like yesterday. Like,
yeah,
surprisingly.
It was announced at that Paris Games thing, and they're like, hey, it's out now. I'm like, all right, cool.
Sure.
We've also got Dead Exit available for Xbox One. Disneyland Adventures for the Xbox One and PC.
Oh, shit.
Dying Reborn for the Xbox One. That's a title when you think about it.
Yes, I know. I get it. I get it.
8-Bit Adventure Anthology Volume 1 for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Beast Quest is available for the Xbox One. This is not a thing I would think I would be saying in 2017, but Ben 10 is out on PlayStation 4.
Ben 10's another one of those things that has a pretty big following. It's got the TV show, comics, and all that. So
I just wasn't aware it was still a thing.
Yeah, it is. He's older now, and yeah, he does stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's still pretty popular.
Dope. Monopoly for Nintendo Switch. That is the whole title. Apparently, surprisingly, it's out for the Nintendo Switch. Monster Jam Crush It is also available for the Switch. We've got Pax Nora for the Vita. Robbie Reeby for the PlayStation 4 and Vita.
Vita showing some life.
I know, right? Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure for Xbox One and PC. Spin Tires Mud Runner is available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Steven Universe Save the Lights is now out for PlayStation 4. And Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal Collection is available for the Xbox One and PC. We've also got some Friday releases this week. So if you're listening the day of, look for these games tomorrow. First up is Call of Duty World War II. It's finally out on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Also got on Friday Steven Universe Save the Light for the Xbox One. Also on Friday, .hack GU Last Recode for PlayStation 4 and PC. 99 Vidas for the Xbox One. And for hardware, if you want to collect these 2DS SL, whatever, you can get the new 2DS XL, the Pokeball Edition. That's out on Friday as well for $160 US. But that's not all, Frank, because it is yet again the beginning of another month. Because it is. So you know what that means. We get new stuffs with your various gaming subscriptions. PlayStation Plus is not live this week, so we're just going to talk about Games with Gold. First up for Games with Gold, if you have Xbox Live Gold, you can get Trackmania Turbo for the Xbox One for the entire month of November 1st through the 30th. And you can also get for the Xbox One Tales from the Borderlands Complete Season from November 16th through December 15th. That is an excellent pickup if you somehow still have not played it. Also, for Games with Gold this month, Nights into Dreams. That is available for both Xbox One and 360 from November 1st through the 15th. And then Deadfall Adventures, both Xbox One and 360, back half of the month, November 16th through the 30th. And that will wrap it up for all our new releases and stuffs for this week.
All right. Thank you very much. And that means we are done with this episode. So before we officially go, we would like you to visit InnerCityGeeks.com if you haven't done so already while you've been listening to this, because it's where we're located and we have a bunch of stuff sometimes regarding everything geek. You can listen to our old episodes or just simply subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Good Games Podcast. And yeah, that's just another place that you can just listen to us. You can also listen to us on iTunes, where you can leave us a review. It's the best thing that you can do for us. Just let us know what you think of the show, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. Just let us know how we're doing so we can improve or stay the same or get worse. But that's impossible. So
nothing is impossible, Frank.
Nothing is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Oh, no, nothing's impossible. You're right. So you can listen. You can also listen to us on Stitcher Radio, and you can basically listen to us where all podcasts are available to be listened to. I also want to encourage everyone that if you are on InnerCityGeeks.com, or if you go to InnerCityGeeks.com, you're going to see an Amazon banner on the right-hand side of the page. Go ahead and click that. It'll take you to Amazon, and then there's some stuff I'm sure you wanted to buy from there. So when you buy from there, when you click that link, a little bit of that will come back towards us so we can provide more show and more content just for you. You can reach us on all of the social media, mainly Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at InnerCityGeeks. The Twitter for this show is at Good Game Podcast. And you can also email us at goodgamespodcast@gmail.com. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for listening. We're going to say goodbye. And in leaving, as always, we say, good games, everybody.
Good games.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't feel enchanted, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. So let's all jump up super high, high up in the sky. There's no power up like dancing. You know that you're my superstar. No one else can take me this far. I'm flipping the switch. Get ready for this. So let's do the Odyssey. starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you. Take a turn off the path. Find a new addition to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crew. Take it in stride as you move side to side. They're just different points of view. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah.